Hey everyone! It's been a while since I made one of these kinds of videos, but I wanted to check in to, vent. Just, warning to, potentially put you at ease. This video isn't coming alongside a major announcement. I'm not, quitting or anything. With that out of the way, let's talk. I started doing this whole audio drama thing almost 2 years ago, and I think I've come a long way since then, even if it's not immediately obvious based on what's already public on my channel. With the completion of Project Moondial's script, I have written roughly 600 pages of script across my entire channel. Nearly half of that comes from Torchwood Splatlands, another near half from Moondial, and a little bit from side projects that I never released. Although I'd like to one day. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Since late 2022, early 2023, my passion for creative writing has exploded. I have gone from writing stories based on 2 existing IPs with characters all based on real people, to writing fully original stories and new characters whose personalities and character conflicts I can talk about proudly, instead of somewhat sheepishly like a character based on me. I remember when all the YouTube plagiarism scandals were happening last year, I happened on a video from Tomska, and he just nonchalantly said something that changed my entire outlook on writing.
What is originality if not stealing from so many different sources that you can no longer identify one single point of influence?
I had come up with a lot of the core ideas for Moondial a couple of months prior, but after hearing that, my writing block disappeared pretty quickly. But I'll still be happy to tell you every place that I took inspiration from after everything is said and done. If you couldn't tell, I'm really proud of Moondial's script. But we're not here to talk about the good stuff. No, this is YouTube, so no fun allowed. I can talk incredibly passionately about my writing for hours, but I can't say the same for editing. So this is stage left, the problem. I'll be blunt. Editing these episodes is not fun. And that's honestly the reason the episodes take so long. If I spent more than 30 or 60 minutes a day editing, I could probably have a Torchwood Splatlands episode out once a week or 2. Don't get me wrong, a lot of work goes into making these episodes, but a lot of it is tedious, and I feel like I'm on autopilot. There aren't a lot of creative choices going into these scenes. It's just, oh, these characters are outside, let's add some ambience. Followed by, oh, this character did a thing, let me go find a sound effect on YouTube and download it. So either I keep my editing work to 30 to 60 minutes a day, where I burn out completely. I could commission another editor. In fact, Torchwood Splatlands episode 7 isn't even edited by me. But the problem with that comes down to 2 things. One is that it's expensive. I really can't afford to have every episode edited by somebody else, especially considering the cost of making these shows. In fact, Moondial's budget is triple that of Torchwood Splatlands, for reasons that will become clear in time. The other issue, and I'm aware this sounds vain, I honestly just like how my edits sound better. I'm not saying this is a dig. Poke did a fantastic job with the work I gave him, but there's a lot of tiny rules I have for myself when editing that I refuse to subject somebody to the pain of having to keep track of all of that. And it's not that I hate editing in general. I'm having a good time editing this video, hopefully. Finding that Tomska clip was kind of a pain in the butt, but other than that, it wasn't so bad. But audio dramas have a lot of tedious details nobody really notices unless it's not there. So as a result, when it comes to audio dramas, I will always have a better output in writing than editing. It's like if you love to cook, but then comes the washing up and that one cast iron pan that's really heavy. The other people you live with won't even know you spent so much time and effort cooking this really complicated dish if you clean up perfectly and there are no dishes in the sink. Editing for these shows, in my mind, is a lot like that. You'll only really notice it if it's bad. So, how do we improve the situation? Well, there's a couple ways. For example, I changed Torchwood Splatlands' release schedule so that I could post material progress as I went to feel more rewarding. I'm not entirely sure if I'll need to do that with Moondial, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it since we're still in the recording stages. The next solution is to change how future series are structured. It's pretty common knowledge that a good way to take care of chores is to break them down into smaller steps, and I've applied the same logic to Moondial. Despite being roughly the same length as Torchwood Splatlands, the script is broken down into a lot more episodes, so each one is shorter. And lastly, I'd like to branch out a little bit more. I want to write for other people. I love writing, and I want more opportunities to write without having to worry about all the work that comes after. So if you're looking for a creative writer, break into my house!